start from the top, just like who you are and kind of where you're from, and we'll get into it. And let you into it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my name is Jack. Bamis. Grew up in Spokane, but I'm from Spokane. I'm kind of from like all over the place, kind of wet in a sense, but grew up traveling my whole life. Moved to Spokane when I was probably about 14. In 8th grade, second grade, that's about when we met, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I moved to Spokane from Spain when I was 14 years old, and kind of been in Spokane ever since. You know, went to college and at the University of Idaho, played ball there, and now I'm just, you know, in the midst of starting a little business. You know, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah. Okay, like I kind of explained, you were born in France, then moved to Spain. Kind of explain that transition, where you're from, or where all have you been, like the transition of going from each place?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I was born in Paris, and me and my family we're from we're from Cameroon originally, and so we immigrated all throughout Europe, all over the place and whatnot. But I am from Paris, and from Paris I moved to New York when I was about 6 months years old. And I stayed in New York, Texas, different places in the U.S. until finally moving to the Pullman, Spokane area when I was probably like 2 years old, 3 years old.
I'm missing you, maybe.
When I moved to I moved to this area when I was about 2, 3 years old, and I stayed here until I was about 7, and then from there I moved to Spain. Over in Valencia, which is where I got citizenship right now. And I kind of just traveled all around Europe because of my dad's job.
Okay.
Didn't really stay in a place too long or whatever.
What did your dad do?
He imported and exported. So since he was in Africa, he imported and exported goods from Africa to developed countries, so throughout Europe and whatnot, which was pretty cool.
Okay. Kind of explain your relationship with your mom. Yeah.
I mean, she's my rock, man.
Yeah.
It's basically been her and I my whole life and whatnot, and so yeah, I'm enjoying the time I have with her, man.
That's different.
I'm trying to be in the moment and spend time with people you care about.
That's what it's about. I 100% agree.
No, sorry,
Oh no, you're good.
I was kind of in my head for a second. I was kind of in my head just.
Oh yeah, you're good. All right, bro. Let's kind of start from. Okay, so you went to Sacagawea, and then you went to LC. Kind of explain going from LC to Gonzaga Prep, and kind of like why you did that and why it was a good transition for you and things like that.
No, yeah, totally. So actually, I came here from Spain, and so being a kid from Spain, I hadn't been in the U.S. a long time, but I kind of got a different picture from, you know, just the birth of the internet and, you know, just seeing different things on TV and whatnot. And so for me, coming to Spokane, it was crazy. It was like a movie, honestly. You know what I'm saying? We were at Sacagawea. You had kids standing on chairs and tables and whatnot. It was a crazy experience, honestly. And so for me, I was just shocked. I was, you know, starstruck by everything. And then my freshman year in high school, I wasn't necessarily a bad kid per se, but my mom started seeing certain tendencies and started seeing the behaviors of certain kids I hung out with. And she thought it was appropriate that I went to Gonzaga Prep. And Gonzaga Prep had a really good sports team, and being so new in football, I felt like it would give me a better opportunity too. So I went to Gonzaga Prep, and that was a pretty cool transition. Coach McKenna took really good care of me. You know what I'm saying? He, you know, kind of helped my development as a man since my dad wasn't necessarily there and whatnot. And so, yeah, that's what the sport of football meant to me. You know, it was like that male role model that kind of lacked. You know, because my dad was there, but you know, it was kind of like off and on, and more towards work and whatnot. But,
Okay.
yeah.
Bro, okay, explain why you enjoy football. What is it about football that draws you?
So for me, it was like not being fully confident in myself and necessarily having a masculine role model to emulate and whatnot. And so for me, I always looked up to like the muscular man, like, the warrior type energy. So football naturally drew me in, and it was a way to show me the lessons on how to be a man, like through hard work, discipline, dedication, you know, paying attention to detail, being in the moment, being focused, not letting your emotions get to you. You know what I'm saying? When the coach is yelling at you at 6 a.m. in the morning when you haven't got sleep, your girlfriend is bullying you, you got homework, and all this stuff, like being able to compose yourself and, you know, just being in the moment. But yeah, it means the world to me, man. It's a blessing to be able to play the sport of football, and you know, it's an amazing thing, man.
Okay, when did you know? Did you play any other sports in like high school?
Yeah, I ran track.
Okay.
And I did MMA. I've always been into combat sports.
Okay, so combat sports. Okay.
Yeah, just like intense sports.
Are you into it now, or is that like?
Yeah, I've been training right now too.
Okay.
I'll never remember Bullet's pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been training with him a bunch lately too. I don't know. I always stay in shape, man.
That's
Train with something.
That's what's up. Okay. So I had when I was doing some little research on you this morning, bro. I'd seen some stuff about you. You and Jalen Hicks, bro, were going back and forth for, I don't know if you remember this or not, but it was at state, and
Was it for track?
yeah, it was the 4x400 and the 4x1 relay, and you had here. I'll just show you. You kind of swipe over and look, bro. What was that? What was that like being in high school and like being in that like 4x1 team and like placing in state and shit like that? You kind of swipe over. There might be some other ones there too as well. Like the broad jump. You and
For the relays, it was crazy because you know we were pretty slept on throughout the year, and it kind of, you know, everything kind of fell into place. We struggled with like the handoffs and whatnot. But for long jump and triple jump, you know, it felt good, but I never really performed that well on stage. And I can give my excuses on I just wasn't feeling that day, but you know, I didn't show up that day. Point of the matter, but you know, it was a good experience. You know, I was thankful to be out there with all the other athletes, being able to compete, and, you know, having a good time and whatnot. And
swear. Okay,
it's
bro.
cool, bro.
That was something that I thought was really interesting today when I was doing that research. I was like, because I was looking for your high school football, and I actually fell into the track, and I was like, damn, I didn't even know that. Like at the time, like it was like, it was like for like the broad jump, you had like a crazy broad jump that year or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I was better at track than football actually. For long jump, I was ranked top 50 in the country.
Okay.
Which it should be on my flag down that's there too. But I was ranked top 50 with 23 foot long jump. It was like over 23. I don't know what exactly it was, but it was over 23 feet.
Okay, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Why did you choose football over track? What was it?
I mean, full ride scholarship.
Okay.
Yeah. As opposed to partial scholarship. More attention to it, to be honest. Like, it was a sport that got way more attention. They were paying for more school. It just felt like a better fit at the time.
Most definitely. Okay, so you went to the Idaho, the Vandals.
Mm-hmm.
kind of explain that. What would be a day in the life in JAG, like on like a Tuesday? What would class look like, practice, all that?
So during the year, we didn't practice Mondays. So on Mondays, I'd make sure I do homework the entire day. Like the entire day, I would do an unsurmountable amount of homework, still homework. I literally didn't want to live anymore. No, I'm kidding, but I did a lot of homework, and then the other days I probably would say I probably only have a 1 hour homework a day from doing all the homework on Monday. So the other days would just be mainly get that hour of homework out early in the morning, and then just focus on football. And what I'll do is, what did I do? I had Pilates class in the morning, so I made sure that during the season I was in like a Pilates, yoga, stretching type class, so that I could stay limber for practice and whatnot. And then I would either go to the training room because I did have a bunch of injuries and whatnot, or I would just do my own little routine before practice. Then we'd go to practice, I'd get treatment after practice, and after that I'd probably watch a little bit of film. I didn't watch too much film, but I did try and watch at least 15 minutes a day after practice, 30 minutes a day outside of just the regular football things and whatnot. And yeah, aside from that, I'd go home, try and relax, unwind, not really do anything honestly, just for at least like an hour a day, just be, and then probably just see what everybody's up to. But yeah, that was like a typical week per se.
Okay. What did you run track at Idaho as well?
I was on the track team briefly, but I wasn't there at all 4 years.
Okay. What was give me one story, maybe one game that you just really enjoy or that you take memories from that you maybe think about?
The game I think about the most probably was that New Mexico game, because it was one of those games where the coach did call out the plays perfectly, and everything kind of just fell into place. I didn't play too much or as much as I would have liked, but kind of how the game went, I still did pretty good. I had stats on offense, I had stats on defense. It was a good experience overall, man. I had 5 yards of carry, which is pretty good for a running back. I had a hit on the quarterback and a couple quarterback hurries, so I felt like I made an impact that game, but I wasn't consistent on doing that, so that's something I wish I would have done better, but the experience was so awesome, man.
Okay. And kind of explain the injuries and like things like that, like the coming back process from those, like rehab and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So it was like UNLV week. I blew out my knee redshirt freshman year, first start. It was a really dark moment. I thought my football career was over. It was one of those things that I thought that if that happened, I would never be able to play football again. This and that, and it kind of just put me in a position to really dig deep within, and just figure out how bad I wanted it. And I would say that's when I first started getting like a lot of confidence in myself, just because I didn't think I could come back from an injury like that, and then I worked day in and day out, blood, sweat, and tears every single day to come back. And I came back in 6 months, which at the time of when it happened, it wasn't as common to come back in 6 months. It was more like a 9 month span, up until a couple years later to where the 6 months was common. I think before that, the only athlete that really had came in 6 months prior to that, or in the fast time prior to that was talked about was Adrian Pearson.
That's what I thought about.
Yeah, and so I was following his journey, and I was like, oh man, he's coming back in 6 months. So like, when we go, I gotta go. His name was all day, so I try to put myself in his mind frame of what would he do, since he proven himself to be successful coming back in 6 months and then rushing for 2,000 yards, 9 yards shy of Eric Dickerson's record. So yeah, there's that.
Bro, he was playing for the Seahawks last year. He's still playing, yeah.
That's crazy. Is he still playing this year?
He might still be too.
He's a monster, man. He's a monster for sure.
He might still be. You see if Adrian Pearson is still playing. Okay. One thing that I got one bone to pick, and it's with 24/7 Sports, okay? So they rated you the 248th best halfback coming out of high school. And in Washington, 31. Do you think that is accurate?
In some regards, yes, and in some regards, no. I think in the regard as far as skill sets and knowledge of the game and football IQ, if I was being completely honest with myself, that's probably correct. But as far as the skill set that you can coach, I feel like that put me in a much higher position than what those numbers say. But you know, I can't just base it just off of that. What do you think though?
2015, I'll say this: that you can't find me 31 better players. I'm just gonna say, when I looked at it today, there was maybe Jalen Hicks out of Spokane. There was.
I don't know about that one.
But you gotta think he holds a whole bunch of records at Ferris and shit. Like he holds every rushing record. I'm not gonna say every rushing record, but he holds a whole bunch of receiving records. But I'm not saying that he was better. But I'm just saying
But the dude that was playing the year before rushed for more yards.
I agree, but you know their little fantasy. We ain't even gonna get into that. Sharky's fucking this whole.
Yeah.
I don't agree with. I did not agree with that, bro. I said off camera, bro. I told him this right off. Like, I think of you like in that like Bishop Shanky, like in that like yeah, like in that role coming out of like Spokane, bro. And like, when you were at Untitled Chapter, did you ever think that it would ever be like that?
Not in a million years, honestly.
Or that somebody or so that people would even.
No, I honestly didn't. Because when I went to GPrep, I didn't really know what to expect. All I knew is I was trying to play some ball, and that I had the opportunity of going to a good school to play football, and that I just didn't want to mess it up. But I was honestly just grateful for the opportunity every day, you know. And I just worked hard, but
That's the sort of.
But I don't know. I don't think I go like nobody goes in thinking like, oh, I'm gonna. I don't know.
You didn't like what? Okay, what was one of the goals when you were coming out of high school into college that you wanted to reach? That you wanted to. It doesn't have to be on the field. It can be off the field too. Give me one on the field and one off the field.
Honestly, for both, really, college. I just want to get the opportunity to get my college paid for. So that was to play football and then to be able to get a degree, because that was a promise I'd always made my mom. And so for me, like, if I got to college and graduated and got a football scholarship, like, I at least kept my promise, you know. And then like outside of sports, a goal of mine. Probably I'm trying to think about it as I did. probably just talk more. I used to be a quiet kid in high school.
Okay.
Probably just get to talk more consistently because I kind of go through phases where I can talk a lot and I'll talk your ear off, or I'll just be quiet. And then when I do talk, it comes off awkward. So there's really no in between, to be honest.
I hear that 100%. Sure. Okay. Couple more things on kind of like the sports kind of frame. What are your views on NIL and kind of like the EA Sports, like just kind of both of those together? Like, should there be a video game now that the name, image, and likeness and all that's there, or like what do you think about that? And should players be paid as well?
I think players should definitely be paid.
Okay.
The reason I think players should be paid is because before, players were put in a situation where their main purpose was playing football, and then school is kind of like an afterthought in a sense. Like, you're obviously going there, you're going to school, you're putting in the effort. It's obviously a lot of work, but the reality is, if you're playing Division I football, like, school is not your main priority. Keeping your scholarship to go to school is your main priority. And so, with that in mind, you have players that don't really think beyond sports and beyond what they want to do afterwards. And now I feel like the NIL gives athletes the opportunity to, think about how they want to market themselves and how they want to come off to the people and to everyone. And they get to think about next, okay, football is not forever. Football realistically, the average career is 4 years. So after 4 years, if I market myself the correct way, I can still make the same kind of money. And now you get into the conversations of generational wealth and things of that nature. So I definitely think that it's a good thing, and players should get paid. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody should get paid.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like the more everybody is left to be creative and to get paid, the more everybody eats. If the players are getting paid more money because of their likeness, the people higher up are going to get paid more too, just because they're doing more business and they're the ones that are above all of it. So, I don't see why you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though.
I agree with you 100%, bro. I was telling my buddy this, DK, bro, in the last podcast. I think especially football players, bro. I don't know about Idaho, bro, but I know at Montana State, my buddies that play football, bro, they're there for 300 days a year. Like,
Yeah, dude, you're there a long time.
You're there every day, bro. Like, even during the summertime, because you guys got summer camps, because you guys play the first week of school.
Yeah, we're looking for August.
Yeah, if you guys are there, probably there's 365 days a year. I said 300 days a year.
Yeah.
Is that a reach? Is that a understatement?
No, it's pretty accurate, bro.
Okay.
It's pretty accurate.
That's just what I believe that's a job, bro. That's a fucking. You can't go home when you want. You can't just get up and be like, hey, I'm going home right now. Hey, it's not my coach. Like.
Nah, it's definitely a commitment, but it's a blessing, bro. Honestly, just like just being able to play college football, bro. It's a blessing. So, do I think that college football players should be paid? Yes, absolutely, every single time. But it's still fun enough to where like even like in the struggle of not getting paid, you still have amazing stories to tell. Like, oh yeah, me and the boys, we used to do this in college, and this and this, we had to go through this. It's empowering. It empowers you regardless. So, do I think they should get paid every single time? But I would still do it again. You know what I'm saying? I would do it again if I get paid.
Give me a story of like in the locker room or on the team bus or something that you're just like, damn, it brings you chuckles to this day or something, or you're just like, damn, that really happened. Like,
I don't know, just the away trips, man. Like the away trips is just like a different kind of bonding, Like you're going to it, like you kind of think about it. in a way, like the toughest guys from the cities are all in one team, and we're going on a little journey to go battle the other tough guys, and what I'm saying, you're with like just the camaraderie, like it's amazing. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it, to be honest, man.
Okay.
There's nothing like it.
I think that's probably right. What about how?
What would you think
about?
Yeah, about football.
What did I just ask? Sorry,
you asked about my favorite part about playing.
Yeah. Okay, I would think, bro, just off of like, I would think probably like the trips, because I remember just in like high school, bro, I would think about this, like, when we would go to like Moses Lake or something, like, bro, those used to be the best trips, bro.
Yeah.
As long as you win, of course. Like, the bus ride back is shitty, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But, like, I just think it's like I agree with you, bro. It's the camaraderie. It's being around just a whole bunch of dudes that like. I think you said something. Yes, yeah. Bro. And not only that, I think it's something about you kind of went into this, but you guys are stepping on to these other people's territories. Yeah. Like, you guys are the only people that are there that believe in you guys. You guys are the only people that like are there for you guys. And I think that's what it's all about. And I think that's what sports is about, bro, because it brings people together, bro. And I really do believe that sports is I think people that are like play sports and things like that, it's a great, it helps you with discipline and shit like that when you're going into life and things like that. Just being on a schedule, just the finer things, the details, things like that, just paying attention.
Just working in a team too.
Exactly, and I think then everybody's got to do that eventually. You got to work, and I think that's really important. Okay, one more thing on the sports. What are your thoughts on like UCLA, USC coming to the Big 12, Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC and all of that, like just the whole conference realignment and stuff?
I don't know too much about it, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, I think novelty is always good.
You think what is?
Novelty.
What does that mean?
Like new, like something new,
okay,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
College football is consistently evolving, football is consistently evolving, and I mean,
what about
novelty is always good, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know too much about it.
Okay, what about travel? Like, do you like, okay, this is the thing, this is what I'm concerned about. Okay, I'm a Nebraska fan, bro, okay? USC and UCLA is coming to the Big Ten, okay? So they're gonna play football, they're gonna play and all their sports in the Big Ten. I don't know if you know, bro, but in Nebraska, it is cold as dick in the winter, bro. And I know USC don't want to come to Lincoln. They don't want to go to Rutgers, bro. They don't want to go to Maryland. They don't want to. I just worry.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, like does that ever play a factor, or am I thinking too much into that? Do you think like those fair weather states that are like California, Arizona, do you think going over there that plays a factor? Like playing in the cold and.
Yeah, I think it definitely plays a factor. If a team has like the right mindset and they go about it the right way, I don't think it plays a factor. But it's not. If we're being realistic, it's not every year where you're gonna have a team like that, to where everything is dialed in and everybody understands the world and they do it to the best of their abilities in a manner that would yield those results. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how they're able to adjust. Just because I can tell you right now, getting hit when you're cold and getting hit when you're warm are two different things. Two completely different things.
How do you do it? What do you do to stay warm when you're like playing? You guys play in the KB Dome. Is it warm in there?
Yeah, it's pretty warm. I mean, we practice. Like for example, if we're playing somewhere cold, like we practice outside that whole week in preparation for it. But honestly, just wear all the warm things that you need and stay moving. Really.
How many hits does it take to get used to the cold? Like, do you just need one hit to like wake up, or is it a couple? Like, what is it that like really gets your?
I mean, probably that first hit, you know, because like after that first hit, you're not really thinking about it. You know, you're not really thinking about anything. Your adrenaline is really going, and you're like, okay, like it's time to go.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You don't really think about it when you play, honestly. Like you think about it more in between plays, more so than during plays. Like during plays, I don't know. You get a weird extra boost just because you're so cold, you know. But I don't know.
Okay. I like that answer. Okay. What kind of transition on from that? What is a childhood memory that you like, that you enjoy, maybe that your family would tell about you?
Childhood memory about me. When I was really young, I would always try and dance and like put on a show for everybody. Like I'd have like diapers. I'd be like 1 or 2 years old, and I always try and put on a show and then be the center of the stage and be the spotlight or whatever.
What is 2-year-old you listening to? You don't know?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. What is one thing that people misunderstand about you?
I'm not from the U.S. Like, I worked really hard to be able to mask my language. But I think you can tell by certain mannerisms I have. But I didn't grow up in the U.S. I grew up traveling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the times, I'm sometimes overthinking everything that's going on because I didn't grow up here. I don't know.
Explain. Okay. How many languages do you know?
So I know like 4 languages.
Okay.
I know English, Spanish, French, and Italian. And that plays a role too. I get caught up in some words and what I'm thinking a lot too, because I think a lot.
How does someone become fluent in 4 languages? What do you have to do? What do I need to do to like? We were talking about that a little way over here. I was like, how does someone learn 4 languages?
Man, I was lucky because I learned them when I was young.
Okay.
And traveling from like place to place, I was able to pick up on the language because it's easier when you're young. But my advice to you, if you're trying to learn another language fast, is first watch a movie in that language and with subtitles, and familiarize yourself with what they're saying. It could be your favorite movie already, and try and like learn specific phrases and stuff of that nature, and then listen to a song. And when you listen to a song, you try and memorize the song and try and know what the song is talking about, and then memorize it. And now you're memorizing like music and a movie, and it becomes more interesting as opposed to
Stimulating. I can definitely see how that would stimulate the brain.
As opposed to just copying something over and over, or not knowing the content and stuff. Like that's one way to do it, but the brain is going to learn lyrics much faster.
What is it about? I'm sorry to put you on the spot here. If you don't know, you don't know. It's fine. What is it about music that just stimulates our brain that we can just memorize music just like that? Like, do you remember? Can you just hear something and just be like, damn, like. You just bob your head and you'd be like, damn, like by the end of the hook the second time you're like, damn, I already know this song. Like,
yeah. No, I think it's like the frequency, you know.
Okay.
Music can put, like, you can listen to music of different genres, and it can change the chemistry that you feel within simply by listening to it. Like, you can listen to a sad song and you can feel sad. You can listen to an energetic song and then you'll be a beat and bopping, but I think it kind of depends on what the artist is trying to do. And so I think music actually is the most powerful thing too, because it goes straight to the subconscious mind. And I'm familiar with the subconscious mind because with training and whatnot, you gotta familiarize yourself with your subconscious mind to be able to be disciplined throughout a long period of time, even when you don't want to.
Okay, what do you do to be disciplined? What is it like? What if somebody has like a 9 to 5, or like if they gotta go to school and they don't want to do it? What is it like? How does somebody stay disciplined enough to? What is discipline?
Discipline is doing something you don't want to do, and that you don't necessarily. Yeah, it's basically being able to do something you don't want to do on a consistent basis.
Okay, what is?
But to stay consistent, I would say something that people need, or that people can do to become more disciplined, is exercise first thing in the morning. You know, if you exercise and do something you don't want to do, you're going to have more endorphins, and you're going to be more happy because you feel like you accomplished something. You made your body, you pushed your mind, you pushed your body, you pushed your spirit to improve it. And so I think, me personally, I'm an exercise enthusiast, so I might be a little biased, but I think any type of exercise. What do you think, man?
Okay, so this question is very interesting to me, bro. I am a very big. I was telling her. I went for hours on that train of thought. What was the question again? Sorry.
Discipline, like what makes people disciplined?
Okay. I just think it's like, I think some people, like, I know me, bro, I had to learn the hard way, bro. I think some people just have to learn how to be disciplined. And I think that's the hardest part, bro, is knowing how to be disciplined when you don't want to, as you're saying, when you don't want to do what it is. I know I have that problem someday, bro. I don't want to go to work, and I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to get up, like, bro, this sucks, like. And I think it's about discipline. To me is one step of the process to get to where I want to be at the end of the day, though. Like, and maybe this isn't where I want to be right now, but I know that at the end of the day, if I stay disciplined, that I will be where I want to be eventually. And maybe that eventually is in a year, maybe eventually is in 15 years, but I feel like if you're disciplined enough, you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that's very important. That's why I wanted to ask you what discipline meant, because I feel like that is a word that gets thrown around, but yeah, I don't know. What are some good books or movies that you've seen or read recently?
Outwitting the Devil.
The what?
Outwitting the Devil. I remember what it's about, but that was a really good book.
Okay.
Another really good book I read recently is The Way of the Superior Man. I think that's a good book. I heard about that book through, I heard Nipsey Hussle had read it, and that was like a book that he said had a big impact on his life.
Okay.
And I procrastinated on reading it for a long time, but I finally read it about a month ago, and I'm honestly one of the best books I've ever read in my life.
Okay.
You should definitely tap one.
Bro, most definitely.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, what about you? What are some cool books or movies that you've watched recently?
I like, if I'm reading, like, I'm gonna read like a thriller, or I'm gonna read, like, I have an SAT book at the house that I like to read just so I can kind of like refresh my memory and things like that. I try to read more if I try to make it towards where I'm like learning something and advancing, but when I'm just sitting there, bro, it's just like, I just want to read something, I'll read some candy, or a thriller or something like that. It would be like a John Grisham, or like a Lee Child or something like that. I really enjoy those types of books, bro. And then like, of course I'm reading ESPN. I read ESPN every day, bro. Big ESPN. Yeah, bro. I read ESPN every day. I read Fox News. I read CNN. I go through The Hill. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, bro. But I just try to just make sure that.
What's The Hill?
It's like it's supposed to be like a down the middle partisan, bro. Just a place that they post both sides things. I do like that they post, they're more towards, they might be more towards the left, bro, but they try to get everything down the middle, and I respect that, bro. I want to know what both sides are. I want to know what a far right Democrat's gonna tell me. I want to know what a far right Republican's gonna tell me. And that way I can be thinking about those things, and that way if somebody was to ever come at me with those, I have this thing where be prepared, bro. I'll be thinking about scenarios, about situations before they happen. I'll be thinking about situations. I don't know if you did this in football, bro. Thinking about your end goal, or maybe thinking about scoring that touchdown, or maybe on like a Friday night or something like that. Just
Yeah,
thinking
like
about
visualize
yourself.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
visualize
visualize
yourself.
it.
Like, yeah. Who is? Give me two people that are influential in your life, other than your like parents and stuff. Like, who's somebody that like when you were growing up, that you were just like, dang, like you wanted to emulate, or that you liked, you didn't maybe not emulate, or you modeled your game after when you were growing up.
I really looked up to Bo Jackson. I just thought he was a freak athlete. Like 6'9", 235, full 140. You know, he was always so bigger than life. And I don't know. For some reason, I was always drawn to him, and I'd always try and do things that, or I tried and play football like him. Like I tried to either outrun people, or if you're in front of me, run through you. It was definitely attributed towards Bo Jackson. And then, besides from Bo Jackson, my uncle, he had a major role in my development, but he's just been someone that's always been down there for me. Just a real dude. But not gonna lie though, my realest idol's always been anime characters. Like just their stories, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I know we talked about that a little bit earlier before we got on camera and stuff, but kind of explain that, like the anime, like what, like as you're growing up, what the impact that had on your life, or just seeing those type of cartoons and things like that.
Dude, I don't know. I was always drawn to like extremely muscular, athletic, confident men, and so for me, like I've seen these anime characters, they have crazy muscles, like muscle development, they're extremely athletic, you know, it was kind of like, they had that warrior energy, and I was drawn towards it from a really young age, and I thought it was really cool that like they go in battles and have like crazy battle wounds and come back, but you know what I'm saying, they're happy, and I like how they would train and regenerate themselves and all that things, and I thought, you know, when I was playing football, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was like local training, going to battle, and kind of doing my thing. And so for me, yeah, man, like anime will always have this special place in my heart for sure.
Are you hopping on the sticks, or are you just watching the cartoons?
Yeah, I honestly just watch the cartoons.
Okay, I don't know if is it cartoon technically the correct word to call anime? I don't know, or not maybe so much like that type of like.
Honestly, I don't pay attention. I'm sure some people are gonna get offended.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know nothing.
In today's age, you never know.
Yeah, bro, I don't know nothing.
But no, I don't know, bro. I like that. I don't play too much mind as to what they call it, what they don't call it. I like what I like.
I swear, that's what it's about, bro. What is your favorite fast food joint?
In Spokane?
Just in general. Okay, I'm
sorry. I go to Idaho pretty often. But probably Chipotle. I like Mexican food. I like Mexican food. Chipotle, sweet burrito, Idaho. That's my go-to.
I feel you. Okay.
What about you?
I'm pizza, bro. I'll
Pizza,
eat
dude?
pizza. Yeah, bro. I'll be eating pizza. I will be at McDonald's probably once a week. I don't know. What else do I eat? That's probably about it. Huh? Oh, and Sonic. Yeah, I might go get some Sonic after this. Anything that's probably bad for you, I enjoy, bro. Skittles. Like, I was telling her, bro, I need you to make me like a workout plan or something, bro, because I'm trying to like trying to gain weight and then keep the weight, bro. That's my problem right now. Bro, I'll get up to that weight, but then I'll lose it, and I'm like stuck at that like 190, like 195. I want to get up at like 205.
Yeah, man. Like, whenever you want, you can tell me everything you want, or like all your goals that you want as far as that goes, and I can definitely get you right.
I swear. I tell you what,
I can definitely get with you right now.
I was telling her today, I was like, I gotta get down and do some push-ups or something. Like, I was like, it wouldn't be right if I came here and didn't look at least semi-smooth. Oh my God,
you looking good though,
hey,
bro.
I'm just trying to be like you.
Bro,
like,
I see you with the shoulders, bro. Like,
I was trying to be like you, you know. Give me, what is your definition of success?
Definition of success?
Yes. What is success to you?
Being able to provide for the people I love.
Okay.
You know, I'm definitely in a position, in a point right now where I'm saving a lot of money to be able to get to that point. But for me, you know, just being able to provide for the people I love, man. Being able to travel if I please, and just being financially free for the most part. There's obviously a lot more to success as far as like being happy with myself and having control of my thoughts and emotions to where I can actually enjoy the fruits for my labor. But yeah, man, just, you know, a peace of mind and being able to provide for the people I love.
That's what it's
You know what I'm
about.
saying? What about you? What's your definition of success?
My definition of success is to be able to say that you started something from the top and then completed it at the bottom, or vice versa, whatever they want to say. You started it and then you were able to continue, you were able to persevere. Yeah, and follow through, exactly, bro. That's my definition of success, kind of. I mean, I got multiple, bro, but it's like, that's something that I view like success. I think of success as like somebody that is like, maybe not so much like the Fortune 500, like, but I view success as the knowledge, bro.
Yeah.
That's what success, like, kind of like, I want to know what your knowledge is, bro, what you know. I want to get as much information from you as possible, so that way I can be more successful down the long run. So maybe, or you try to get as much information from me, so that way you don't make the same mistakes that I made, or vice versa.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Why do you think people don't always fall through with their plan and whatnot?
I believe it's like, you would know this best, bro. I use this analogy all the time. When people make New Year's resolutions, bro, everybody's in the gym that first month, bro. Everybody's at Planet Fitness, at the YMCA, bro. But by March, April, May, like the ones that are really like, I think it's when things get hard, bro. It's about are you going to? I tell this to Brittany all the time, like, when things get hard or if there's a situation that's going, are you going to fall back into your old ways, or are you going to continue to prosper and continue to move forward? And like, that's going to me, that's what's going to define your situation and shit like that. And like, I don't know, I might be going into too many things there, but
No, kind of like how you said earlier too. Just planning for failure. You know what I'm saying? You know, at some point you're gonna hit a plateau or hit a point where you're not going to want to do it. Like, that's just inevitable. What's your plan gonna be?
for taking that L, bro, and how you come back from it. That's
planning
what I
to
think
come,
is
like planning to
important.
come back, bro. Because
Yeah.
you gotta come back. You got to.
But some people don't, though.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people don't, but I mean, that's why we're having those conversations. So we can tap in and figure out how they can plan for certain things, or how they can plan for not having enough energy to go to the gym that day. It's like, you don't have enough energy today, but you know, that's how success feels like. You know, it's just retraining your brain on how to think about certain things that you may find unenjoyable. Figure out how to make it enjoyable, really.
I think it's in the mindset, bro. I'm a firm believer, and it's in. I'm not gonna say like it's what's up here, bro, but like you got to be able to know that there's gonna be something greater, that there's something else out there, and that's what, as we were just talking about a little bit earlier, like I know that there's gonna be an end goal, bro, that's far greater than the situation that I'm in now. So it's like, I think right now it's so amazing, bro. Just wait 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I'm really established, when I'm really like, I think that's really kind of what I think. What are some things, what are some like hobbies that you have? What do you do now? What do you like to do that like maybe somebody wouldn't think like Jack would be doing? Am I gonna catch you at Starbucks? Like, am I like
Train for some MMA, bro.
Oh, okay, okay.
I like martial arts. I don't know, it kind of zens me out. I assume people already know that I work out, but you may not be familiar with my affinity for martial arts, and that again stems from anime and superhero movies, which is my favorite genre, by the way.
okay? Hey, that was another thing that I did not like about 24/7 report was about you, bro. They said you were like 6'2" or 6'3", like 210 pounds, bro. And I was like, I don't know, bro.
Were you in college?
Yeah, that's what you were coming out. Is that true, or is that like I kind of felt like you were just
In high school, I was 6'2", 205.
okay?
And then in college, I grew an inch and I was 6'3", 215, 220, depending on the season. But, I don't know. I think the main thing, I don't know. It was good. Like, I still think I did my thing back when I was playing.
Most definitely. I just thought that was interesting. I always thought you were maybe not so much like big or anything, but like fat. But I always just thought you were like super built, bro. And I was like 205 doesn't feel like it didn't feel right, but maybe he was right. But